Today we're going to be talking about coffee cupping, who does it, why is it so important, and how is it done. This video is in collaboration once again with our friends from Swings Coffee, and Neil, the director of coffee for Swings, is going to be explaining to all of us everything that goes into coffee cupping.
Hi, I'm Neil. I'm the director of coffee for Swings Coffee here in Alexandria, Virginia. We service the DC metro area, and we've been around since 1916. So coffee cupping is a way for us to analyze the coffee flavor. Obviously flavor is somewhat subjective, but coffee cupping is a way for us to be as objective as possible when we're making a purchasing decision or analyzing coffee quality after the roast. Coffee cupping is done largely by people that are trying to assess quality, and that can be at a cafe level, even at a restaurant level, but certainly coffee roasters, importers, exporters, farmers, people all throughout the supply chain do coffee cupping to analyze and assess the quality of coffee that they're trying to sell. Coffee cupping is important because it is an agricultural product, and things can go wrong occasionally throughout the supply chain, whether that's in storage or in harvesting or in processing or in roasting. Every step upon the way, you have to look at the quality. If you just notice the slightest thing is off and you're looking at purchasing a large amount, say 10,000 pounds, 40,000 pounds, you have to analyze the coffee over and over and over to make sure that you don't have maybe 5,000 pounds of that coffee that has a potential problem. These problems include things like mold or over fermentation, or that the coffee is just old, that it's been sitting around in a warehouse for a long time. So these are all things that we need to address kind of on a microscopic level, and that's what cupping allows us to do.
And now that we know and understand the importance of coffee cupping, we are going to take you through a formal coffee cupping and explain what it goes into it and how it works.
For the cupping, we will need a cupping spoon, a bowl, hot water, coffee, grinder, timer, scale, and a cupping form or a notepad.
The first thing that we are going to do is to weigh the coffee, then we are going to grind it and place the bowls on the table. Then we're going to pass by each coffee, smelling all 5 bowls to get all of the fragrance of the coffee. And then we're going to take notes of everything that we're smelling.
After the fragrance, we pour hot water around 202 degrees, then set the timer for 4 minutes. Then we'll see a crust forming at the top that indicates the amount of CO2 that is coming off of the coffee because of the hot water and the chemical reaction that happens.
For this cupping, we're going to use 180 grams of water and 13 grams of coffee per cup.
After the timer goes off, we do what we call breaking the coffee crust by pushing it back and forth with the cupping spoon. At the same time, we're breathing in through our nose and we're smelling the gas that comes out to determine what we call the aroma of the coffee. After that, we clean up the top of the coffee cup to remove all of the floating grounds.
Once we've cleaned all of the cups, we wait for a couple of minutes. We want the timer to heat around 10 minutes so that we ensure that the temperature of the coffee is about 160 degrees, so that way we don't burn our tongue and are able to identify the flavors on the coffee. As we smell and taste, we are taking notes of the fragrance, aroma, and the flavor notes that we find in the coffees.
We want to taste each coffee around 5 times. During the first pass, we taste the flavor notes and the aftertaste. As the coffee cools, we determine the acidity type and level. Then we analyze the body, uniformity, and cleanliness of the coffee. As the coffee cools, we also evaluate how the flavor and body changes, whether it improves or declines.
Once we're done with the coffee cupping, we will be able to add a score to the coffee out of 100. Coffees that score over 80 points are classified as a specialty coffee, and then the closer to 100 they are, the more special and valuable they become. This is also an indication of how expensive a coffee can be sold for. Coffees with higher scores can be sold more expensive than those with lower scores. To determine the score, we can use a form designed by the SCA Association, or we can use our own form, an experience, or a book like this one.
If a coffee is defective or there is an issue with it, our job is to pass this feedback to the farmer to help them figure out what's the root of the problem and how to possibly resolve it. If it's good, we can decide whether to purchase it or not. We also cup for quality control to determine how good a coffee ages and how long it lasts fresh. That way we can plan for inventory and know how to purchase a certain coffee to ensure freshness.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new, and thank you to our friends from Swings Coffee for allowing us to do a coffee cupping with them. If you want to check them out or buy some of their amazing coffees, I'm gonna link their information on the description down below. If you're interested in this book, I'm gonna leave the information down below as well. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. We appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Spilling the coffee.
Spilling the tea. So. We are live to tape. We are live to tape. It means we're taping, but it's live.
Hello. Greetings, coffee community. No.
I just gave it a 7.75.
What? It's a 10.
You want me to look at the